Each of us is born with a combination of masculine and feminine energy. In order to achieve harmony, growth, and joy in our lives, it is essential to balance both energies. The masculine energy is associated with logic, rationality, assertiveness, and empathy. The feminine energy is associated with nurturing, sensitivity, and empathy. The divine feminine has been suppressed throughout history by many religions and spiritualities. However, a renewed interest in it has revealed hidden symbolism and allegory. This has enabled people to uncover and explore its ancient and hidden teachings, and to appreciate the power and potential of the divine feminine in spiritual and religious practices. This has led to greater understanding of the interconnected nature of the universe and how each gender contributes to the collective. It has also highlighted the importance of honoring and celebrating the unique gifts and qualities of both the masculine and feminine. The divine feminine represents the feminine aspect of duality in many religions and spiritualities. A feminine energy is often paired with a masculine energy, the opposing force. It describes opposing forces that are interconnected yet distinct. For instance, Shakti, the feminine energy in Hinduism, is paired with Shiva, the masculine energy. Shiva, one of the most revered gods of Hinduism, is known as the Lord of Destruction. Shiva associated with masculine energy, strength, and power. However, Shiva is also associated with the divine feminine. It is believed that Shiva is the ultimate source of both of these energies. This duality is symbolized by his consort, Parvati. Shiva uses her as a source of nurturing and creative energy to carry out his role as a destroyer. Shiva and Parvati are the embodiment of masculine and feminine energies together. The divine feminine is often associated with the goddess Durga, Kali, and Parvati. It is believed that these goddesses are complementary to the divine masculine because they nurture and protect. Bringing balance and harmony to the world is another virtue of the divine feminine. Hinduism and ancient Greece have long worshipped goddesses, embodying powerful feminine energy. They represent the power of creation, destruction, and rebirth. Both of these energies work together to bring balance to the universe. Christianity and Judaism have often diminished or excluded these feminine representations. This is because the Abrahamic religions prioritize a male-centric narrative, which often downplays or ignores the importance of feminine deities. The biblical narrative does not include any female characters in its account of the creation of the world. It is important to look at other spiritual and religious contexts to gain a deeper understanding of this divine feminine aspect. In contrast, Gnostic traditions believe in a dualistic existence where the material world and spiritual world coexist. The divine feminine is Sophia, who represents wisdom. This is in contrast to other religious traditions that have a more monistic worldview, where one reality exists and the divine feminine is not represented as a distinct being. The Gnostics believe that Sophia is the source of true wisdom and knowledge, and her presence is necessary for spiritual growth and enlightenment. According to the Gnostic text, the hypostasis of the archons, Sophia is the one who instructs the creator deity in the ways of truth and knowledge, and ultimately frees humanity. A creation myth describes the archons' creation of the physical world and humanity. Though they consider themselves the ultimate rulers of humanity, Sophia, a divine feminine figure in Gnostic thought, defeats them. Among the key themes of the text are good versus evil, self-knowledge, and awakening to divine consciousness. In Gnostic teaching, Sophia is considered a divine being alongside the divine masculine. Her journey symbolizes hope, knowledge, and wisdom. These Gnostic teachings hold the feminine and masculine as fundamentally paired. In the feminine, nurturing, intuition, and creativity are represented, while in the masculine, structure, logic, and action are represented. A fulfilling life demands balancing these energies. In addition to religion, art, literature, and psychology, which have all explored duality in the divine feminine, where the anima and animus are symbols of the male and female polarities within us. Similar to the divine feminine, female characters symbolize purity, intuition, and emotions. This is based on the belief that the female has a special ability to connect to the divine source of inspiration. They are seen as a bridge between the physical and spiritual worlds, providing a connection to the depths of the unconscious and the power of intuition. As part of understanding esotericism, you need to understand symbols. Decoding these symbols requires practice, intuition, and a sense of context. Despite their obscurity and esoteric appearance, These symbols often carry profound meanings that can help one develop a deeper meaning of their spiritual journey. Anyone who has a dedication and effort to decipher the symbols and meanings hidden within these esoteric traditions will gain access to hidden knowledge. An animal, warrior, sun, and phallus are common masculine symbols. Warriors represent courage and strength, while suns represent energy and life. The animal represents primal, independent energy, fertility, and male virility, as well as lower aspects of our human nature. There are many interpretations of these symbols, but their significance is strongly associated with masculinity. The moon, mother, womb, and serpent are feminine symbols. The moon represents intuition, ambiguity, and reflection, and the mother symbolizes compassion, warmth, and nurturing. A serpent symbolizes healing and rejuvenation powers. Women's intuitive, nurturing, and hidden qualities are emphasized by these feminine symbols. Alchemists depict the divine feminine through symbols like the moon, chalice, and earth. Water symbolizing emotions, intuition, and birth. The alchemical Mercurius also symbolizes duality and the joining of opposing energies. Modern-day chemistry was born from alchemy, but its legacy goes beyond science. Alchemy also had a spiritual side, and this spiritual aspect was integral to alchemical practices. The elusive alchemical Mercurius is one of the most crucial spiritual elements in alchemy. Getting to know alchemical Mercurius requires a deeper understanding of its role in alchemy. Mercury represents transformation, which is why it's also called the prima materia of alchemy. Alchemy involves manipulating sulfur, salt, and mercury to create a new thing. This something new is referred to as the philosopher's stone. Alchemical Mercurius is also associated with all three of these elements. It is the essence of the transformation that occurs when the elements combine, and it is the catalyst that drives the transformation. It is the source of all potential, the inspiration for the alchemist. A lot of symbolism goes into alchemy, and alchemical Mercurius is no exception. It is often portrayed as a dynamic and transformative force that flows, changes, and transforms into something new. It is commonly referred to as a quicksilver serpent, highlighting its fluidity. As a serpent, it has also been linked to the ancient mythologies, to the Ouroboros symbol, which symbolizes infinity and continuity. A major focus of these teachings is on esotericism and spirituality. Spirit alchemy, also known as inner alchemy, is closely linked here. By transforming the human spirit, inner alchemy seeks to awaken divine consciousness within the individual. This transformation can only be achieved by striving for completeness and union between opposing elements within ourselves. Inner alchemy practices aim to integrate unacknowledged and repressed aspects of ourselves into the conscious mind through shadow work. It can be used to create a sense of wholeness by unifying the conscious and unconscious mind, as well as these masculine and feminine aspects of ourselves. Turning to sun and moon astrology. During our birth, the positions of the moon and sun influence our personalities, energy, and emotions. The energy released by the sun and moon during a person's birth is believed to be absorbed and influence an individual's life in various ways. It is believed that this energy can affect an individual's personality, energy, and emotions. Each sign of astrology will be affected differently, depending on the conjunction of the moon and sun on your birth chart. During our birth, the positions of the sun influences our personalities, energy, and emotions. The sun is associated with yang energy, which is energy of action and outward expression. The moon associated with yin energy, which is the energy of contemplation and inner reflection. The sun is seen as masculine and associated with strength, assertiveness, and will. The moon is seen as feminine, associated with sensitivity, intuition, and emotion. Ancient Egyptian mythology associated the sun with Ra, the god of creation, whose rays created the world. The sun is revered as a powerful symbol in many cultures. In order to represent this energy, which was regarded as a source of light and life, a golden solar disk was used. According to Hindu mythology, the sun also represents masculinity and activity. The sun's energy represents creative power and consciousness, as well as light and warmth. Suns are often associated with egos and identities in esoteric traditions, emphasizing the concept that the true self is not the ego, but the awareness that lies behind it. Since ancient times, the moon has also played a role. We can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and our connections with the universe by tuning into the lunar cycle and its different phases, which hold significant meaning. The lunar disk is often used as a symbol of darkness and change, representing the cycles of death and rebirth that occur within the self. During the full moon, it is said that emotions become heightened and energy levels can be more intense. People tend to experience a range of feelings such as anxiety, restlessness, and excitement. This is often referred to as the full moon phenomenon, also closely linked to the sacred secretion. I'll link a video here. In many cultures, the moon is seen as a symbol of renewal, transformation, and fertility. The moon cycles have been used to count time, to mark important dates and events, also used as a source of guidance with its connection to the seasons and the tides, recognized since ancient times. In order to align ourselves with the flow of the universe, it is essential to understand the relationship between sun and moon astrology, masculine and feminine energies, and the divine feminine. Meditation, journaling, and spending time in nature are some practical tips for incorporating these concepts into your life. It is important to recognize that there are two fundamental aspects of life that are represented by masculine and feminine symbolism. By finding a balance between the two, we will maintain a healthy, fulfilling, and balanced existence. This is very similar to the yin-yang symbolism, which symbolizes the perfect balance between two opposing forces in the universe. This balance can be achieved through learning to appreciate the strengths and weaknesses of both energies, and by recognizing the importance of both in our lives. Here we must strive to balance and accept both masculine and feminine energies, and use them to create a harmonious life. Humanfluence out.